everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Sleep Like a Boss podcast. And I'm super excited to have Jessica Rojas on today. She's part of the team. She's been with the Sleep Like a Boss team for a long time. And we are going to talk about travel today. And Jessica's going to talk to us a little bit about herself in a minute so you can meet her and get to know her story. And then we're going to dive right into the topic of travel. So, hi, Jessica. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Annika. Hi.
Maybe give us a little bit of background about yourself. Who are you? Where are you? How did you get into sleep? What are you doing with sleep? Just to get to know you a little more.
Tell me a little bit. Okay, as you can hear from my accent, I'm German, yeah, but I'm living in Spain. I'm living in Barcelona with my husband and my 3 kids. And how did I end up being a sleep consultant? I did not wake up one day saying, you know what, I want to be a sleep consultant. No, sleep was always a big topic in my life because for over 20 years now, I am a flight attendant for a big German airline. So 2 decades of having jet lag, night shifts, flights, different time zones all the time. Sleep was always an issue, of course. But then I became a mom of 3 little, very lively boys. So in the beginning, sleep was really, really an issue, especially with my first son. So I said, okay, I'm not sleeping, not at all. And I'm not the same person I could be. I'm not the mom or the mother I should be and could be. And I'm just not happy. And life, yeah, just got really dull, when you're not sleeping and really difficult and complicated. So I found a sleep consultant. I had no clue these persons exist. And she did her magic and my son did sleep. And I said, okay, I want to do that. This is something I need to do, I want to do. And I found my passion about sleep. So I became a sleep consultant, first for babies and children. And after a few years, I got intrigued with adult sleep consultation because then I could see the kids and the children are sleeping, but the parents always came back and say, hey, I'm not sleeping either, so can you do something? And I said, no, I can't. So then I started my journey of becoming a sleep consultant for adults too, which now I have been doing for a few years, for like 3 or 4 years already, and I really like it. It's really it's became my passion. Sleep is my passion.
That's great. And we're so happy to have you on the team. Yeah, and maybe we'll dive into that, piggybacking a little on your history or your work experience of being a flight attendant, and everything that comes with that with regards to sleep, because we're seeing the world seems to be opening up more and more. People are traveling, they're getting their vacations that they've missed out on for 2-3 years, depending on where you are in the world. And we're also seeing a lot more business travel happening again. And you were saying that before we hit record, it's like people are tired of Zoom. Yes, they are.
They want in meetings again.
Exactly. They want to see people. And we see that a lot, that businesses are starting to put teams back together in person. People are traveling more. And that is actually a common thing that we hear with clients a lot, that, oh, I'm either going on vacation or I'm going on a business trip. I might not sleep. My sleep's always off when I do that. And maybe we can talk a little bit about why that is and what's happening there.
Sure. Yeah, there are different reasons for that, and we can dive into these specific reasons and what you can do about it. But I think the first thing is to accept it. If you go on vacation and you're not sleeping well, especially the first few days maybe, you're on vacation. So what? Now, if you really get anxious and you think like, okay, if I go there and I'm not sleeping, my whole vacation is ruined, then this will become true because you're so anxious about it, you're so worried about it, you always think about it, that your brain does everything to make sure this becomes your reality. Yeah, so it's like kind of the self-fulfilling prophecy. Just accept it. You're on vacation. On your vacation, you really don't need to perform or be, on top of everything. It's vacation, yeah. And if you try to relax a little bit and say, so what? If I don't sleep, probably you're gonna sleep better. If you're on a business trip, obviously a lot more depends on you being able, to function and, think quickly. But even if you're tired, there were situations where you were tired before and you could manage. Yeah, so I think I will survive, coffee and fresh air, and I can do it. And maybe you can even go a day before so that you can give your body time to adapt a little bit if this is possible. But I think the big thing here is accept it. Accept that if I'm not sleeping, I'm not sleeping, and probably you're going to sleep a lot better. But apart from accepting, obviously there are things you can do to polish or to optimize your sleep while you're abroad.
And what would be something if we go on, like, let's say we go on vacation, what is there something that we could do to, yes, accept, so we don't get into this anxious downward spiral and excite our body too much, but what are things that you would recommend that people can do to get the sleep and the recovery that they want from their vacation?
I think it's good to know why often the first night or the second night in a new environment you're not sleeping well. Because if you understand what's happening in your brain, on your body, maybe it's easier to accept it and to handle it then, and to see what you can do to help your brain out. It's called the first night effect. Yeah, so when you're somewhere new, your brain is not sleeping the same way as you were sleeping at home. Yeah, we have two parts of our brain, two hemispheres. So when we're in a new environment, one hemisphere kind of stays in a light sleep, or is not really sleeping well, just to check if everything is safe. It has to be a little bit with being vulnerable while you sleep, because when we sleep we don't know what's going on. Yeah, so back from if you think about it, evolution, you need to be safe, you need to make sure everything is fine, you need to survive. And if you just sleep and then a predator comes or something bad happens, you would not know. So this is why when you're in a foreign situation or environment, your brain is like a little bit cautious, a little bit like, what's going on? I need to see if everything is fine. Am I safe? Am I okay? And then after a while, the brain really relaxes and says, okay, sleep. This is why we sleep in our usual sleep environment a lot better. Yeah, and this explains this phenomenon, why we're not sleeping when we're in a hotel, for example. There are different smells, noises, the bed is different, everything feels different. So our brain is kind of, fight and flight mode a little bit.
Okay, so it's scanning, and you can't really relax because it's always it's just trying to keep you safe, right? It's assuming there's a predator coming because it doesn't know.
It's a good thing, actually. Yeah, it's doing its job. So what can you do? Try to help your brain out by bringing things from at home, which helps you to feel a little bit more like at home or safe. Yeah, it can be like maybe your own pillow, or a scent you're always using, a candle, your pajamas, obviously. But even if at home you use a white noise machine, bring the white noise machine. Try to have the same darkness or temperature like you're using at home. So things like you can replicate, even if a picture of your family or of your dog or whatever gives you comfort. Bring these things from at home, so that can really help you to feel more comfortable, and your brain gets the message, it's fine, you can relax.
Oh, that's good. Even, yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that. I think the temperature for me is always a big one. If you travel south and they have air condition, right? And you kind of want it because but it's so different that it's sometimes, it's just a factor that affects that you're not feeling at home.
Okay, it's the tiny little things, but your brain really absorbs everything. So temperature, smell, noises. Yeah. So make sure, like, if you're in a hotel room and there is maybe an automatic alarm clock or something. Yeah. See if there's a light blinking, or suddenly it goes off in the middle of the night because it's on the wrong timing or something. So make sure everything is fine. I always bring like a duct tape with me when I travel. So sometimes you have like these lights from the ceiling or from the bathroom door you can't really cancel out, or the standby lights from the TV. So I just tape them, yeah, because I like to sleep in complete darkness. So that's easier for my brain to understand darkness means sleep. You're not, distracted from any noises or lights. So that's what you can do.
Great. What else is there? Is there something maybe specifically for business people that we could talk about? Or is there anything else on vacation that you would like to touch on?
I mean, you can even prepare before you leave for your or business trip or
Mhm.
vacation trip. So it depends where you're going. If you go east, normally it's a bit more of a challenge because your days are getting shorter. So you're not as tired when you have to go to bed. So that's more difficult for the body to handle. And if you fly west, it's completely the opposite. Your day's getting longer, so that's a bit easier on the body and it's easier to adapt sleep-wise. Even a couple of days before you go on your trip, and depending where you fly and when your flight is, you can prepare your body at home. You can go a couple of hours earlier to bed or later, depending where you fly to. There is a really great app. It's called Time Shifter app, because sometimes it can be complicated. When I have people flying on vacation, or especially when I work with business people, they always say, what can I do? When should I stop drinking coffee? When should I do a nap? When I shouldn't do a nap? What time do I need to go to bed? Should I sleep on the plane? Should I not sleep on the plane? So there's many questions, and these things really can help your body out, but it's kind of complicated, like, okay, at this time don't drink coffee anymore, now please drink coffee. So this app is really cool because you put in your flight dates, and the app is calculating when and how you should sleep. Should you sleep on the plane? What time? And it gives you little alarms, little notifications saying, "Hey, now go to sleep on the plane for like 20 minutes, or sleep like 5 hours on the plane, or please get up and don't sleep anymore. Use some light. Don't use light." So that's, and when you land there at the destination, I think for a day or two, it still gives you little hints like go out in the sunshine, not going into sunshine anymore, have breakfast or don't eat something. So that's really helpful to do if you're really um, dealing with the consequences of jet lag.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that it has all those little hints and notifications and really helps you, guides you through the day, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's helpful for jet
Great.
lag. You can do this at home already.
Great.
And then, yeah, as I just said, when you are there already, forget about the time at home. Don't think, yeah, but at home or my body clock. No, forget that. Yeah, you synchronize. Well, normally your phone adapts to the new time, anyways. But your clock, everything, synchronize it to the new time zone, and then you live as it is where you are. You eat breakfast, even if you think it's in the middle of the night. Try to eat something at least, because if you plan your meals according to your new time, this gives a big message to your brain too, saying, okay, so I have breakfast. It cannot be like midnight. Something is wrong, yeah? And then you go out and the sun or the light hits your eyes. So you get all of these new messages that your brain thinks, okay, I really have to, adapt my little time or my master clock because I'm mistaken, and it gets quicker. Yeah, so light is really important. The meals, planning the meals accordingly, and just live the life as it is there. Just adapt right away. That's really
Yeah, and I think like light therapy is something that we talk to clients a lot, even if you're not traveling and you have trouble sleeping, just resetting your circadian rhythm to a proper wake sleep cycle. And light is so important, right? Like just because that's how our bodies, that signal of light resets that master clock, like you were just saying. And that's how the body knows what to do, because the body doesn't have a clock other than signals that we give the body, and light exposure is its main signal. So if we don't use that when we're traveling, that is actually a huge delay factor of adjusting to the jet lag, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And we completely underestimate the effect of light. Yeah. So we think like, yeah, whatever, it's raining. So, but even if it's, overcast or cloudy, your eyes need light. Your body needs the light to really understand where you are in time. And then this master clock can get the signal to all of your other little clocks, because actually every little cell in our body is on the clock, has its own clock. So then our whole body works better if we well synced. And I have this little tool here, because you just talked about light therapy, right? So we think about light boxes normally. Now you sit in front of these like big light boxes, which are really efficient. And you just sit there for 20 minutes, half an hour, depending, what time of the day. And then this helps you to set your clock straight, or even it helps with depression, or, like in winter time of being a little bit moodier. So light is really good. But hey, I mean, I have 3 little boys and I'm really busy and I work and I have 100 million things to do. I cannot sit half an hour in front of a light box. I cannot. So there's this company, and this light is called, or these glasses are called AO Light, and I really, really like them because it's like the light box, but just in form of glasses. Yeah, so you can just put them on, and you cannot see this, I guess, but there's like this little light shining into my eyes, but it's not bothering me. It's fine. It's not hurtful or something. It's not damaging for my eyes, but it has the same effect. And now I can brush my teeth, I can get dressed, I can have my coffee or do anything, and it automatically then turns off. And that's really, really helpful if you do this to, let's say, if you shift working, yeah, or you always have jet lag, to help your body out to get the right signal in winter time. You can use it when you travel. It's so easy. You just have like this little case, and you have it in the plane with you when you travel. You can use it even, in the plane when you need to wake up. You can use it if you a business person, and you have one meeting after another, and in the afternoon you're just worn out. You have like this dip in energy, and you're so tired, but you cannot go out for like 20 minutes in the sunshine and just sit there. Put on these glasses. They have the same effect, and they can help you over these, when you really feel tired over these moments. So that's something you can do, and you can use it anywhere and bring it with you anywhere.
Yeah, that's you just showed them to me, and I'd never seen them before. They're really great. I'm already totally fascinated by it, just because it's so handy, and it doesn't, like you're saying, it doesn't interrupt or disrupt your routine or your your ability to do things. Because for the people who are just listening to the episode and are not watching it, it does look like a little glasses frame, and it just has it's actually quite stylish, and it has just a frame with a little light, and it's not at all intrusive or anything. So you just wear it, and it shines the light to your eyes, and it gives you that signal that happy light or light therapy lamp would give you, just that you're mobile. You don't have to sit in front of it. You can walk around your house, you can brush your teeth, you can get yourself dressed, you can make breakfast for the family, whatever you want to do. So that's really great. Yeah, thank you for showing that, because I'd never seen that. Those are great.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. And then what else can you do to help your body out to deal better with jet lag, or when you're on vacation and you think you can't sleep? Whatever stresses your body, you should avoid, yeah? Because you don't want more of your stress hormone, cortisol. You just want to be happy, because when you're happy and relaxed, it's easier to go to sleep. Whenever you're stressed, your body gets the message something is not right, yeah? So that's hard then to just let go. Normally you are tense physically, but mentally too, and then you have more difficulties. So what you can do, what's very simple, is drink water, yeah, because it's not just the mental stress we feel, it's the physical stress too, which can trigger cortisol production. So drink water. When you fly, normally the air in the airplanes are very, very dry. And often people don't want to drink because they don't want to get up. They have a middle seat and they don't want to bother the other people, and they don't drink something, but they really should. You should drink a lot, like double of what you normally drink when you're not flying. So if you have to bother the others one, so do, but drink, because if not, it's an alarm signal for your body, and your body gets stressed, and being dehydrated makes jet lag even worse. Yeah, so drink on the airplane, when you go out, when you land. Have always an empty bottle of a plastic bottle where you can fill it up with water. So on the plane you can always ask, or when you're in the airport, you always have these little fountains where you can fill up your bottle, and just drink. The first few days especially, drink water, because then everything works better, and your body does not get the signal, oh, I'm stressed, something is really wrong, which makes everything worse. Yeah, so and not drinking juices, or well, a little bit maybe, but not too much sugary things, sodas, coffee on the airplane, or alcohol. It's exactly the same, because it dehydrates you even more. Yeah, so you think, oh, just gonna have 2 red wines or gin tonic and I can sleep. Initially, yes, but in the long run, it's not a good idea. It makes things worse. Yeah, so that's not something you want to do. Just drink water. Water is your best friend.
Great. What else can we do? Because I know you have a tip. I think you have another tip for us, don't you?
I have one more. Um, Melatonin.
Mhm.
I'm normally not, yeah, telling people to take melatonin all the time because it became so popular. Even, little kids now getting melatonin gummies or something. So I'm not against melatonin, but I don't think you should take melatonin as a sleeping pill because it's not, and it's not what it does. But melatonin really can be helpful shifting your circadian rhythm. And that's the issue with jet lag. Yeah, jet lag is because you have your body clock and then you suddenly somewhere else in a totally different time zone and your body is confused. That's jet lag basically. And melatonin, what it does, it tells the body when to sleep and when to be awake. So it takes care of your sleep-wake cycles, yeah? And since we need to readjust them as quick as possible to overcome jet lag, melatonin can be helpful. Yeah, so in these situations, I think melatonin, depending, the dosage and everything, but this can, for a few days at least, it can really help your body out, especially when you now should sleep, yeah, because it's night, but your body thinks it's the middle of the day. So that's hard. This is why yeast normally is a little bit, harder to deal with. And melatonin can just tell your body, yeah, no, that's fine. Go to sleep because it's night, even if you think it's not. So that's helpful.
Yeah, and I think in terms of dosing, the recommendation is probably rather not too much.
Yeah.
Because it can make you feel really drowsy the next day if you overdo it with melatonin.
Exactly. No, you shouldn't do that. Because if you, for example, on a business trip and you have a meeting and then, you just don't want that. You worry that you're not sleeping because you need to, be on top of things the next day, but then you drug yourself with too much melatonin. No, you won't be able to have a good. So I think it's around like 5 milligram of melatonin. That's like recommended. But yeah, talk to your doctor. If you don't really know, talk to your doctor. It depends a little bit on your age and if you're a man, a woman. So yeah, but more or less, not to overdo it. It's not the more the better. That's not helpful.
Exactly. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you so much for all those tips. I think they were really, really helpful. And to everybody, thank you for listening. And if you have questions or you would like to start working with Jessica, please reach out. And it's contact@sleeplikeaboss.com, or I'm going to let Jessica quickly give you her contacts as well for her website and where people can find her so that you could reach out to her directly if you like. Where can
Sure.
people find you?
Yeah, my homepage is jessicarojasSleep.com. Jessica Rojas, ROJAS, sleep.com.
Great. And we will link that too in the show notes so people know exactly how to get in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was really great talking to you, Annika.